Yeah, hi. So I had one question that mainly what we are like kind of trying to achieve goals in life. Okay. How do you maintain mental, a peaceful mental health and also achieve or pursue your goals within this time bound and a kind of a hectic kind of schedule or the life, even if you kind of like in your work, but still like you're caught up in entirely within this rat race of the in the entire system.
Hi Ashish. Firstly, it is very good the topic that you have raised because I'm sure many people face the dilemmas and the issue that you are facing in terms of pursuing goals or the rat race or even about having a mental health which is peaceful and positive. Basically, right now, the way you have put it or the way it is coming across to me, it seems that there are many givens that you have considered in your scenarios, like many things that you have considered as givens. For example, pursuing your goals or the goals that we have to pursue. So now over here, I would like to mention that we do not consider it enough that how much of our goals that we call as our own are really belonging to us, or at the same time we need to weigh in this with the perspective that how many goals have been fed into us through the societal mechanisms which are feeding you certain goals that okay, we need to have certain things in our life, or how grounded are your goals, because we quite easily fall into the trap of considering anything as our goal. Like this I can explain through an example that there is consumerism, right, where the main aim of the corporation or the firms which are giving you certain services is to forward or make even unessential or trivial objects appear to you or to us as a general public as extremely attractive. And this happens and it makes us muddle our real goals with many of the things that are projected onto us. So that is the base point from where one needs to start as to why, if you're doing something, then why are you doing it, to what end, and if you get that, then what will happen. Like in my previous video also, I had discussed about the principle of neti neti, where you are asking what is it that you are doing and what tripti are you getting from it, as to what end is your functioning serving you. So that goes a long way as to discern to whether the goal that you have in mind is serving you. So that is the initial point of any yogic practice. And it's not even just yogic practice, it's a design principle. Like you are an architect, so you know to quite an extent that even a line, like it's said in architecture, that every line should have a meaning. So right now, if you are thinking about a line, a profession in which you're so involved and you love it, then you need to even think about your goals, the why behind everything. And as you start becoming more conscious towards it, there lies the solution to maybe understand what you are doing. And even there being less time is because you have sort of aligned all your energies towards something that you considered as really high for you. But at the same time, if that conditioning of your that goal, maybe it is putting you in a state of not having a great mental state, you need to keep questioning. And it's not necessarily said for a given that it's not something important, it might be, but it is very healthy to take a step back at times, reflect on it, and see it from different viewpoints, because the way we run and how the rat race or the societal standards or the system that you talk about is designed is that you are made to look at things from a particular perspective, because it does not serve the system for you to pause and look at it. You to pause and looking at it makes the system lose its efficiency in a way. So by design it does not allow you that, but it is on you that you keep taking those pause. It can be in any realm or by any means that you consider that okay, I did a certain thing that lets me reflect. It could be meditation for some, it could be maybe going towards nature for some. Philosophers have reckoned getting close to nature with getting closer to themselves, so that could be one thing. There could be just the plain act of reflection. If you have intensified your energies, by energies I mean the internal mechanism of questioning, if you have intensified it beyond means, it could become very subtle for you. But it can start from something which is as gross as maybe just stopping and doing something else for a bit. So you sort of understand how much the goals that you are driving behind so madly, how much are they taking you to your end result, and the importance of the goals. And it's not just about your goals not being important. It could be important, but at the same time the act of reflection, it gives you some time to even strategize different strategies towards the problem. Like we face many problems, you would be facing problems in any work, any important work that one does, there are problems in it. So once you take a step back, you get multiple strategies to overcome it. And that's the particular essence about it, that even for maintaining a peaceful health, you create a sort of a distance between yourself and your work, which is a healthy distance. And that's the only way, otherwise the work will overpower you. And basically when I was talking about the busyness that you mentioned, it is one thing to be busy, but it's a very convenient excuse that we use many a times, that we try to keep ourselves busy. It is because instead of coming up with more productive work, we try to keep ourselves busy, occupied, to shy away from many of the real works that are required. The real works, they are involving facing our true challenges, which are uneasy truths about ourselves and our lives, and we are sort of avoiding working on our real weaknesses. So one is never too busy to be doing, like if you are avoiding that dimension of your life, it often leads to a negative mental state as well. So yeah, we talked about a three-pronged strategy. One was to bring in the question of why, bring in that intensity at the very basic level, to sort of not directly take in goals and to question them. Second one was to bring in a distance, maybe through practices or just the act of reflection or just questioning. Like you questioned me, you could keep questioning this to yourself as to what I'm doing, why am I doing it for, and am I making a dent to the challenges that I face. And the third one was, if you are in a rat race, if you find your time to be less, you sort of always think of what is it that you are avoiding. Because giving additional time to your work beyond a point does not mean an addition in the quality of your work. It is resulting to a decrease of quality in your work, and it also decreases your productivity. So yeah, I hope that answers it.